Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of
Rating Arizona.
Beers, brought to you by King's Beer and Wine on Central and Thomas. And if you're like me and a beer nerd, you need to head to King's Beer and Wine because it is freaking amazing.
It's a great spot.
Thank you.
This is a bonus episode.
thank
Oh, who is this guy? Jeez.
Scared me, man.
Now, this is a bonus episode. We are sponsored by King's Beer and Wine, and we review and talk about beers that are available here at the amazing tap room and beer store. We do bonus episodes, though, of ones that are not available here, and we bring Mark on to have him give his expertise. So,
Well, thank you. I don't know how expertise it will be, but I'll give an honest review.
Mark, let's take an opportunity right now. I would like to thank you for sponsoring the show. This is incredible. This is fun. I think people are really enjoying it, and thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. We really have fun hosting you guys, and glad we're able to give you a good selection.
Good reason to drink on a Sunday morning, right?
Well, yeah,
Do we need a reason for that?
And speaking of selection, 80, how many beers on tap?
81 rotating taps, about 1,000 singles in the package side. So
Beautiful thing,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing.
Just absolutely amazing bottle shop and tap room, and we always say it on the show. You probably heard it before, but we always say that it is definitely one of the best bottle shop and tap rooms in Arizona
In
for
the
sure.
state.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it, gentlemen.
And it probably extends a lot further past that because
Yeah.
I go to a lot of places and I look up bottle shop. And then you go to said bottle shop, and you're like, "Yeah, this is, yeah." I can't wait to get back to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love you, man. We love
Thank
you.
you.
We love this spot, your team, everybody. So let's
Awesome.
drink.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's
Sounds
do it.
good.
So this is a very cool thing. So Eric brought us a beer from Grand Avenue Brewing Company, located in basically central Phoenix.
Yeah, on Grand Avenue, which
Right.
is like the weirdest little cool area.
It is the
Funky.
only street in Arizona that goes diagonal.
Comes at an angle.
Right.
Everything's a grid, and then you're like, "What the hell is that rogue street?" Right?
Yeah, we have one rogue street that just decides to bend all the different laws in Arizona streets.
Well, it's got a cool vibe to it. The Grand Avenue area is like it's very rustic. There's a lot of like rusted metal there and brick buildings, and you've got the Wayward Tap Room, you've got Grand Avenue, you've got Grand Avenue Pizza. There's some really cool places opening up over there. And
It's starting to really expand down that area, and it keeps getting better and better. So that's really cool. So this is interesting. This is a bottle conditioned cream ale coming in at 6.4%, and this is in a 750 ml bottle.
There was a lot of laughs before. I don't say laughs, but there was a lot of curiosity of putting a cream ale in a bottle like that.
Yeah, we're just very curious as to normally whenever you see a presentation like this, you're talking like a very high end beer.
Sour that's been
Like a Jester King
Yep.
sour, or a high-end mead, or cider, or an imperial stout, or Tripel.
$700
or-
bottle of wine, right?
So like Sam, like Utopias, who come in a bottle like this, not a cream ale.
Yeah.
So very, very cool, and it is bottle conditioned, which means that it is actually fermented. After it's done fermenting, they add a little bit of yeast in the bottle to get it to carbonate.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
So it finishes off essentially, and is conditioned in the bottle, and that's how you get the carbonation level up. So very, very interesting take, and then especially it being a cream ale, which is not a very commonly done craft beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, do you get a bunch of cream ales coming in?
We don't. I'm personally a big fan of cream ales. I like the style. I wish we would see more of them. A number of them that we do get in are some riffs on some dessert flavors that people like to have from foods, and so that kind of carries through in the theme. I'm a big fan of just a straight up cream ale as well.
Which is kind of it's a deceiving in a way, right? Because
Yeah.
people think that it's going to be like, I don't know, like I'm thinking it's going to be like creamy, like a latte somehow, right? It's going to be like it's not what you think it is necessarily.
Now, so is my brain always goes back and forth with cream ale. Is it? I'm asking you guys because I should know. This.
I know. I'm like, we're going to just revert that right back to you, man.
I'm always thinking of like Anchor Steam or Steam Beer or California Common is is always what my brain thinks of as cream ale.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
Which is normally supposed to be like a bright, clear, gold-looking beer,
Yeah.
very clean and stuff like that. But let's see what Grand Avenue's take is on this beer.
It's cracking open.
Crack it
Sounds
open.
good.
Senor, you are.
Am I doing this?
Do
one?
the honors, my
All
friend.
right.
And also, what drew me and what kind of put this all together was the label itself with the king on it, right?
No, it's a beautiful package. Love
Yeah.
the label on there. It's a little rock and roll kind of finger pointing there.
I did like the
Got the horns.
nice hiss on that. Sounded
On the open of the.
yeah,
Thank you, sir.
really nice hiss, and then it pours a really good head on it too. So obviously well conditioned and well carbonated. So
That's a bright beer. Like that's wow, interesting. It's pretty cloudy.
yeah,
It's
it's
unfiltered, right?
definitely unfiltered. So yeah, unfiltered, hay-like in color, very light yellow, and you do get a good tight compact bubbles in there. So and it's a nice white head on it. So it looks very very nice. Kind of almost takes you into hazy IPA though.
Yeah, I was not expecting it to
Or
look
wit
like
beer.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, looks like a Hefeweizen wit beer, kind of thing. Let's get a aroma
Yeah,
on
good
it.
call.
Let's see.
Now Mark comes from the wine world, so
Yeah.
he knows how to
Oh,
smell
yeah,
stuff.
he
Does
knows
he know
how.
about the drive-by? Does he know about the drive-by or smell?
I don't know. I mean, not much.
Marcus's tagline.
Yeah, I do a drive-by aroma,
Yeah.
and I always say that when I was growing up in Tolleson, I grew up here. I'm born and raised in Arizona. We would always drive around with the windows down, with
Right.
60-mile-per-hour air conditioning, and I grew up kind of like in the Tolleson area. There's a lot of fields and a lot of cow pastures, and Sunland beef is down there where they slaughter cows and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you could close your eyes and you could drive down the street, 91st Avenue, and you knew where you were at because you're driving by and we're passing by Sunland. Oh,
Yeah.
we're passing by the cotton fields. Oh, we're passing because those aromas hit you, and then boom, immediately your brain goes to something.
Cool.
So I've always done with beer was I just drive by real quick, and then what does my brain say? And then I just say it.
I like it.
It's easy.
See, from the wine world, we do the full commit.
Yes. The nose in.
Nose goes right in. Yeah. So you're jumping in with both feet at that
You
point.
keep your mouth open too. People
Yeah,
told me.
yeah.
Right, and so I do this. Right.
For sure. Yeah. No, yeah.
No, that's true because they say, what is it? 90% of tasting is done through the olfactory senses, through the nose.
Yep, your
Yeah.
olfactory, and then it
Yeah.
allows you to just basically go through and coat everything in there. And
Yeah.
So where are you guys at with the aroma?
So you had mentioned hef, right? I
Yeah.
get a little. There's
Yes.
something in there about that. I get a little hef smell.
Yeah.
Am I getting a little bit of hay on there as well?
Definitely, I would say the hops are coming across as very earthy and grassy. But then, like you said, that malt character is coming across as very hay-like. Very hay-like, very farmy almost.
I can't put it into like a specific term, but I smell it and I want to drink it so bad. There's some beers that I smell that I'm like, oh, like especially with IPAs, like where I smell them and I just want to smell them for 3-4 minutes before I drink them. This one just tells me drink.
So to me, in my, if I were to sit and just like kind of honestly do an honest breakdown of the aroma, I'm pulling a lot of like DMS out of the aroma.
Which is not a good thing.
So yeah, it's allowed in certain styles.
Okay.
Like pilsners and stuff like that. They're going to have some level of DMS just because, whenever you're taking pilsner malt, it's full of DMS.
Okay.
And so pilsner malt is hard to actually get rid of that, and it's always allowed in there. This particular beer is probably not allowed as much.
Okay.
And it's pulling off a lot of dimethyl sulfide. To me.
Interesting,
And,
okay.
and so, but a lot of people are not sensitive to it. And dimethyl sulfide comes across as a buttery, butter popcorn kind of aroma. And so, I get a little bit of that out of it. Anyways, let's get a taste.
Let's
on
drink
it.
this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
I can't hold off. It's
Cheers,
been
gentlemen.
9 minutes and 48 seconds. That's interesting.
Yeah, for sure. I think that the hay and grassiness that you were pulling off of the aroma definitely follows through in the taste as well.
It's got a great body to it. I mean, this is what I like about that cream ales is that softness to it,
Yes.
and I mean, it's very crushable. It's very easy drinking. It's not sweet. I think that's maybe, Eric, what you were talking about earlier. When people hear the term cream and they start to think there's going to be a sweetness to it.
Sure.
And, there's a little bit of it, but it's not sugary sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were talking earlier about the perception of sweetness in a beer, where you want your brain to think it's sweet. Like your brain is saying it is, but it's not. It's
Right.
actually still, fully attenuated beer, and it is still your palate still is craving more.
Yeah.
and is not overwhelmed by like cloying sweetness.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's, yeah.
It's a good beer. It's like it tastes craft, right? If that makes sense. Like it tastes like this is a beer that's made in a brick building on Grand Avenue. It has that characteristic.
Yeah.
It has that, kind of, I won't say rawness, but there's more complexity to it than other cream ales that I've had. I guess
No,
I could
for
choose
sure.
that.
It's definitely, you could tell that it's bottle conditioned because of the mouthfeel and how smooth it is.
Yeah.
And then, of course, right, it's creamy. That's just...
Always
that's-
unfiltered, they say. So
And-
maybe they do all their beers unfiltered.
Yeah, I think most craft breweries are unfiltered. They don't filter their beer.
Okay.
They're not like these big box breweries that
Yeah.
have all these fancy equipment to do it.
Sure.
But as craft beer is evolving, more and more palates are actually turning towards being unfiltered. Like, what is the beer actually supposed to taste
Yeah,
like?
yeah.
Why strip away all that flavor by filtering your beer?
Yeah, so
You know what I
people will
mean?
drink it.
Well,
Like, yeah, right? Because some over flavor, like too much of it's just like, nope, I want something simple, something that I can crush 30 in a day,
yeah. And like beer nerds like me, I love the fact that they're bottle conditioning. I think it is very unusual to put a cream ale in a 750 ml bottle.
Yeah.
But the fact that they wanted to bottle condition, and probably it's easier to fill like 100 of these as opposed to like 1,000 small
Sure.
12
Yeah,
ounce bottles or whatever.
Yeah.
So, I mean, cool. Kudos to them. And I think as far as the beer's concerned, I do get a little bit of that slickness. I do get a little bit of that DMS thing going on with it. Again, there's yeast in there, right? So
Yeah.
to me, it's a little yeasty. But there's nothing wrong with any of that I
Okay.
just said.
Okay. Sure.
Because, again, I love craft beer, and I love, like you said, it's very raw
Yeah.
in its form. And immediately, whenever you had pointed it out to me, I was like, man, that's like homebrew.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, to me, that's like something a homebrewer would do.
Yeah.
And when I drink it, I'm like, holy crap, it tastes like homebrew.
Yeah.
Like to me, this is like homebrew. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'd be proud of brewing something like this.
Yeah.
So,
It's like the beverage version of a garage band, right?
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a good way to, yeah.
Nice.
It's
sure.
like it's different. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong. Like it's something that And Grand Avenue, dude, he does a lot of. He has like 4 or 5 Belgians on at all times. That's kind of what he specializes in. But they have this little smoker thing. It's like a pressure smoker, and so they do like smoked baked potatoes. They do like green chili pork. They do red chili pork. They do pulled pork.
Wow.
It's a little sleeper. It's a little sleeper. Yeah. So I dig them. So are we great? Are we rating this thing?
We can. We are rating Arizona beers.
Yeah.
So what we do is we grade based off of a 10-point scale. We use decimals and stuff like that. And then we base it off of comparing it to other beers of the style. So this one we would be rating off of other cream ales that we've had.
And being a fan of cream ale, you might have a few to compare them to.
Well, I
right?
was going to say that's. I'm glad that they didn't use a lot of adjuncts to really change it. This is, I think a good expression of what the style is without having all those additional flavors to really, make a left turn, as Grand Avenue does.
Yeah.
Like that.
I like it.
I think it's a good representation of cream ale. I mean, it's got that nice weighty mouthfeel, the smoothness on there. I'm thinking back. I grew up in Canada in the eastern part, so Jenny Light, Genesee.
Yep.
And then my hometown was. Sleeman, and Sleeman Cream Ale was the beer. It's now owned by Sapporo out of Japan. But I like this. I mean, I don't even know what to do number wise. You guys are the experts
we
on
throw
numbers, but,
whatever. I've given it like a 8.75309
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, exactly.
Tommy Two Tone. Okay,
exactly.
all right. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll start off and give it an 8.5. I'll give it an 8.5 based on my,
experience with cream ales.
Yeah. I've had a handful in my day, and this one's right up there with the rest of them. Really
Yeah,
good.
for
Really
sure.
good. I like it.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in complete agreement with that too.
3
Yeah,
8.5s?
I would do
Yeah,
8.5.
right.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. I
Awesome.
think it's well executed and it's different.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, right? We're trying to find in the world of where people are copying others, and you know what I mean, trying to take their ground to do something completely different like this, and like you said, make a left turn, is pretty cool. So yeah, kudos.
Yeah. Nice work,
sure.
Grand Avenue.
Yeah,
Excellent.
and, hey, thanks a lot to King's Beer and Wine for hosting us. We do appreciate it. And if you guys are ever in the area, of course, swing on in and show them some love and let them know that you're watching. That's what we really want. Let them know that you are watching these episodes and that you do appreciate them. So we just keep doing it. We love coming down here and doing these for you guys and give you guys our opinion. So that way, if you're in Kings and you're looking through and Mark's not here to guide you through it, even though he lives here. You'll be able to say, "Oh yeah, I saw that beer" or whatever, and be able to pull it out and know that it's a good beer. So
Yeah.
we appreciate it, and we appreciate you too.
Thanks, Marcus.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Well, I don't remember names, but remember faces. Tried their best just to replace us, boy. Don't even have